Good evening, everyone. It is Sunday, September the 6th. It is 4 p.m. on the East Coast, 7 p.m. on the West Coast. That means it is time for Express Yourself Healing Through Art. Today, we're working on Section 3, or Part 3. This is a third video in the series. We are working on our planner, our holiday planner that we made. And today we're going to be making an accordion file specific to the size of our planner that's going to stick into it. A little file folder kind of thing. I like using them for cards, for lists, for receipts, for all sorts of stuff. Anyway, first some housekeeping. If you're watching the replay, I appreciate you watching the replay. I'm glad that you took time out of your day to spend with me. That means an awful lot. If you're watching the replay, leave a little comment below. Let me know. You can type Replay Squad. You can leave comments, questions. I do respond to all the comments in the down below. I'm sorry, I lost my words. It's a holiday weekend. Words are hard. Anyway, I thank you for being here. This show is sponsored by The Live Place. We're hosted on The Live Place, www.theliveplace.com. That is your home for over 120 family-friendly live streamers on YouTube. And we stream about subjects like Disney and theme parks, vacations, cruises, trivia, lifestyle, disabilities, art, music, you name it, we have a category for you. You can pretty much sit down and set up your entire week watching live streamers on YouTube. If you've cut the cord and feeling a little lost or tired of the online streaming services, go to the Live Place and search the categories and you will find something to watch, I promise. And it's all family friendly, no surprises. You can have the volume up with your kids in the room. You're not going to have any loud or inappropriate content or words come over your screen. It's just a wonderfully family-friendly place. You can also catch me in the music category as well as the art category for Express Yourself Healing Through Art. You can catch me in the music category. I broadcast at 9 a.m. West Coast time. That's 12 noon on the East Coast on Wednesdays. And this week I will be working with a digital audio workstation. I'll be creating some more music and putting the final touches on an album I've got coming out of, it's called Pumpkin Spice Meditations. And so be sure and check it out, catch the replay or watch it live. You can lurk and listen, you can chill and chat. Yeah, I'll see you there. So let's get into this project. Let me change the camera. Here we go. All right, so here is our binder. And last week, the first week, we built the binder. It's made out of cardstock and designer paper. Then last week, we made our file folders like this. And these are upright little file folders with pockets that you can place things inside. And we put them on little rings, and they'll be easier to access once we get the folder in here, the accordion file. Here we go. Here, that's a pretty piece. I like that. So there's our little file folders, but we also built a pen holder, pen and pencil holder, and this has got 4 little compartments in here for your pens and pencils, and then it's got a band for the little clip to hook onto so that when you're carrying it around, your pens and pencils won't fall out. That's one thing I hate when I have a binder or something like that and things just fall out of it. It's another reason why I put the accordion binder. And this is where the accordion binder is going, the accordion file is going to go, is right here. I did some quick measurements beforehand just to get that out of the way. And I'm going to use some pink scrapbooking paper, and this has sort of a vinyl feel to it. It's kind of feels more plastic. So to me it feels a little more durable than paper, but it's very flexible. So I'm going to use some pink to go with the trees on the inside that I have. Okay, and I've got several shades of pink in here, so I'm going to put my pink. Let me turn my light down so I can see better. There we go. Now, that looks a little better, doesn't it? Can't wait till I get some really good lighting in here. Let me silence my phone very quickly too, so that it doesn't disturb us. There we go. All right, so I've got several shades of blushy pink in here. And this is going to be the inside of the folder. And I think because this pink is sort of an orangey pink, see I'll pull one of the folders up here. This is kind of a tan blush. I like that one. That one's kind of an orangey blush. I think I'm gonna go and see, that's too pink. And then that, I think I'm gonna go with this one back here for the insides of it. We got, or maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. I'm gonna make 6 dividers for this. So I'll just go ahead and tear that out. And there we go. It looks white, but it's actually sort of a very light orange pink. Kind of like baby aspirin. You remember baby aspirins, the little bitty tablets that they used to be that orangey, real light colored orangey pink. Let me peel these apart. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Labor Day weekend. I know our weather here has been fairly nice, in the upper 70s during the day and down in the 50s in the evenings at night. Hasn't been unpleasant. Not that I get out of the house very much anyway, but all right. So there we go. We have our papers. And the dividers, I want them to be 7 inches by 10 inches. So let's grab our cutter. And we're going to cut each piece to 7 inches by 10 inches. So there's 7 inches. And there is 10 inches. If you're using a cutter, be careful. If you're a youngin', please use adult supervision when you use a cutter, because the blades are sharp and you can hurt yourself. So don't do this. Don't try this at home unless you are being safe. If you notice with me, with my guillotine cutter, I always have, well, you can't see it, but I always have one hand on my handle here. I'll show you. One hand's on the handle at all times. If the blade's up, my hand is on it so that it can't accidentally fall down. Whoop, that's the piece I wanted to keep. Wait, what am I doing? There we go. I want these to go over here, and I'll just leave my scraps over there for now. I'm working on a tiny workspace, so forgive me for having to pull away every few minutes to grab stuff. Hopefully, as this series continues, we will be able to improve our studio a little bit. And speaking of, as the series continues, if you have a project, or you have a project in mind and you think you'd like to see it, you know, you want, hey, how would you make this? And I'll be glad to take a look at, take suggestions, and come up with patterns and such for how to make things. This is out of my head. I came up with this idea by myself. It's not a tutorial. I don't do tutorials as such, but I like to share my crafting because this is my healing. Figuring things out. It's like puzzles to me. And so, or if you'd like to see me make up some kits of crafts that I've done and put those up on my Etsy shop or something, do let me know. And I think that is 6. That is 6 pieces right there for our 6 little folders. And now we're going to do this. We're going to score them. Get my scoreboard here and my scoring tool, and I'm scoring it at 1/2 inch and 1 inch, and then I'm going to score it again at 1/2 inch and 1 inch, and I'm going to go ahead and do all those really quick. Whoops, only did one side of that. Again, if you're watching the replay, make sure you hit that thumbs up or thumbs down. I mean, but interacting with this video gives me feedback so I can improve my content, and it lets YouTube know that, hey, this video was fun. I enjoyed watching it. And that's what makes the algorithms go. So, almost done. Again, I'm scoring these at 1/2 inch and 1 inch on each side. And then the next step we're going to do is make the tabs on the top of these. All right. Now then, I'll do the first one here, and then well, I'm gonna end up doing all of them. I'm gonna take my ruler. I use a quilting ruler, but you can use any kind of ruler you want. And so we have 8 inches across right here. We have 6 tabs. So we're gonna divide 8 into 6. 7 times 8 is 56. That doesn't help me. Never mind. I thought I had an idea, but I don't. So I'm going to do it in my head. We need to divide this into 6 equal pieces. And you'll see why in just a minute. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Halfway is 4. And then I think this is going to be inch and a quarter. There'll be a little, let's make that, okay, we're marking it inch and a quarter at 2 and 5/8 at 4. So let's do this way. We'll go in 1 inch and then 2 and 5/8. So we'll mark that one about there. Okay. And then I'm going to transfer those marks to the rest of these, because I'm going to use my envelope punch to make my marks. This will make sense in a few minutes. If it doesn't right now, don't worry about it. And these marks are actually going to be cut out. They're going to disappear. We don't have to worry about erasing them. So we just need to make sure that we're lined up on each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this last tab's going to be a little tiny tab, but it's not really going to matter because it's going to be in the back anyway. If I had planned a little better, I could have cut this width and done the math ahead of time. But like I said, this planner is just my planner, and so it's for me, so it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. I prefer making things that don't come out absolutely perfect. That way I can release my creativity and just have fun with the project, not worrying about how it comes out, knowing it will be functional, whether it's perfect in its measurements or not. I will use it. Yeah? All right, hang on just 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab my envelope punch, which I thought I had grabbed, but I didn't. Here we go. This is my envelope punch. I'm going to use the back side of it here. No, I'm actually using the front side of it. That's right. So for the first one, I'm going to go on this score line right here, and I'm going to stick that dead center into the envelope punch. It won't matter because we'll cut the extra off. And then I'm going to go to my first line here and do the same thing with my first line. Dead center into the envelope punch. And that's all the punching I'm going to do on that one. That just gives me the little tab. Can you see the tab? On the next one, this is the second one, I'm going to go on the first line I drew and put that in right there and punch. Let me pull this back so y'all can see the whole thing there. And then the second line I drew, center that in there and hit the punch. Then the third, whoop, and then the third one, we're going to go on the second line, yeah, and then the third line, this one we're going to go on the 1, 2, 3rd line and 4th line. You can kind of see what's coming together here, right? This one on the 4th line and the 5th line. And this last one, we go on the last pencil mark line, and again on the the inside score line there. Oh, see, that's a little bitty. That one came out little bitty, but it's all right. That's the way I wanted it. Now we're done with our punch. those in the trash. And then this part. Just going to use my scissors. You can use your paper cutter. I'm going to use my scissors. I'm going to line this ruler up even on that side and with the bottom of the punches. And I'm going to draw a line, if I get it straight. I'm going to draw a little line across there from the outside of the tabs, not across the tab. Don't draw across the tab. You see, I've left the tab clean. And I'm going to do that on all the pieces. This is going faster than I thought. This may be a 2-week project, because I don't like to go over about 50 minutes, 55 minutes. I like to keep them an hour at a time, because I know none of us have a lot of time these days, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. But that's the good thing about replays, is you can always watch a little bit and then come back and watch a little bit more later. Especially with it being Labor Day weekend. Everybody having get-togethers and stuff like that, and going out of town and stuff. Holidays aren't really a big deal for the Manhattan household. But that's okay. We like them that way. You know, it's not something that we are used to. And so we are in a kind of build our own traditions phase right now with my son and I. But we're doing well. We're doing very, very well. We'll be starting school this week. We're starting out with remote learning, but it's not going to be much. We're just starting with Zoom calls, because my son does not do remote learning. I've mentioned that before. So we will try our best to make the Zoom calls and see what happens, and we're just patiently waiting until he can actually get instruction appropriate to his individualized educational plan, his IEP. And we just do what we do. All right, now I'm going to take my scissors. You can use a paper cutter. I'm just going to use my scissors, and I'm going to cut on that little line that I made, cut to the tab, and then cut past the tab. And cut it all the way across. The trick to cutting a straight line is 1, give yourself a pencil mark, and 2, don't make big sweeping hacks. Do little cuts at a time. That way you can control where the scissors are going. Go slow, very slowly. There's no rush. Think about Bob Ross. He was never in a hurry. And you shouldn't be either. There's enough rushing around in the world, so take your time. And if you go slow and take your time, you can make straight cuts. Anybody can. You notice I'm not going back and checking to see if these are straight. Mike Wheeler, hello. Hello, Michelle the Quilter. Oh my goodness, am I too soft? Oh no, let me turn up my volume a little bit and see if that helps. I just don't want to overdrive my mic, so I'll get the mic closer to my mouth. How are you guys? How is your holiday weekend going? I hope everything is well. Everybody getting ready to tune in to Pete McDevitt's channel for Magical Meg. Meg is one of the sweetest people I know. She is very sweet, but I have a feeling that there are going to be several people in the chat there to protect her. She's just so sweet. I've been enjoying Pete's shows. I'm kind of sad that he's going to be changing the time, because that means I'm going to miss half his show, because I'm going to be here. Yep, and I'll make sure we're off of here in time for bio breaks and settling in and grabbing the food. I like to stretch out in my bed and put it on the smart TV and watch them that way. That's why I'm not in chat a lot, as I'm usually there. I'm just... Alright. Now we've got all our tabs. Yeah, it's a little goofy looking. They're a little warbly, but you know what? I like it that way. Alright, here's the next step. We're going to take the innermost score line, fold it over, and then the middle score line, fold it back. So we've made, see how that folds? Fold it in and then fold it back. And we're going to do that on both sides of all 6 pieces of paper. And again, I'm not measuring and making sure. One little notch. Okay. Yeah. All right. I turned it down one little notch for you. And I'll move it back from my mouth just a tad. There we go. Thank you, Mike. You're the best sound engineer a person could have. You know that, Mike Wheeler? You're a great sound engineer. It's nice to see you guys. I've been streaming most of my music over on Twitch, and I did a 4-hour stream this morning over there, so I'm having fun streaming both places. And then we're gonna, we got squeaky paper. How's the weather down there, Mike? How's the weather going? Resort TV One gonna have a good day tomorrow for their virtual park hopping stream. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. Streamlabs, thanks for joining us. Wow, it worked. All right. Yeah, I can imagine, Mike. It's well, I mean, in music production, I'm using my ears a lot. And lately I'm noticing I'm not listening as well as I should a lot of times. But all right, now we've got them all folded. We're going to start sticking them together. And we're going to start at the front. And I've got my sides folded in. I'm going to take my tape, my Dollar Tree double stick tape, and I'm going to lay it on this last fold. See how it's folded? On this fold right here on the edge. That's where I'm putting my double stick tape. On both sides. This is so cool how this comes out. Man, Streamlabs doesn't say anything, and then all of a sudden it's just a little chatty Cathy there. Sorry about that. That's all right. I'm never happy, huh? Oh, really? Let me check it. Oh, I don't know why it's putting my song list up there because I'm not playing songs. Oh well. All right, hold on. Yeah, there we go. And this is kind of repetitive work, but it's fun. And it doesn't take, ooh, my ear was itching. It doesn't take a lot of manual dexterity for this. Ugh. I've got the scarf on because the pandemic has brought out my gray hair. I'm going gray rather rapidly. And yeah, that's different. Wait a minute. I got them out of order here. I think that one. No, that's correct. No, they're out of order. Got to keep them in order. Because if you don't, your tabs will be out of order. There we go. And then this one is next. And then... oh, I must have folded that one the wrong way. I did. And if you come to this and find that you fold them the wrong way, you just go back and refold them the other way. Because that's what I did. I folded these the wrong way. That's why they were out of order. But it's okay. Because it's easily fixed. You just flip it over and refold it the other way. Like that. Yeah, it's an exciting week for me. I'm almost finished with my album that I'm doing of music. It's called Pumpkin Spice Meditations. It's pictures with sound. Oh, okay. I will check into that. I will look at that, Mike. Thanks so much. You would be the expert on that because of your text to speech. Oh, I put it on the wrong way. I don't like that tab anyway. It's too little. So we're just gonna, we'll have 5 tabs instead of 6. See? All right, now we're gonna assemble this. Get my little sharp pokey tool. It's an easier way to pull up the tape. Pull the backing off the tape, so to speak. And then we're going to line this up. The outside tab here, let me move these so I can get in frame. The outside tab we're going to line up to that inside score mark. Trust me, it's easier than putting together IKEA furniture. Okay, we're just going to line it up right on that edge and then fold it back. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Whoops. I accidentally stuck them together. That's another reason I like this paper. It's a little plasticky because it doesn't peel up as easily. Okay, and then fold that down and fold that down. That's our first pocket down. Then we'll take our next one and peel up the tape and do the same thing. We're just stacking them one on top of each other like this. We will hold this end up so it doesn't stick down. We're going to line that one up on the edge, right like that. And then we'll line this one up on that edge. And you can begin to get an idea now of how this is going to be. We fold it down, fold these edges down and burnish them so that make those creases nice and strong. And you start to see what's happening here. See how that's coming together? And we'll keep doing this for all 5. It was 6, but I decided I did not like that little bitty tab on the end, so it's just 5. Let's get our next one here. And you know, if you do get your tabs out of order, no big deal. You made it yourself, you know? And then this one lined up over here on that. And mash it down. Almost done, and then we'll start making the cover for it. Because it's going to have a cover, it's going to have something wrapped all the way around it, and we're going to put a Velcro closure on it too. So, there's that. And then I'm just going to do this here real quick. I've shown you a bunch of times, so let me just, to get this done, because I'm running out of time. There we go. And we have all that done. Yeah, it's a little warbly, but that's all right, because we want some expansion room in there. I'll just go in again with my burnishing tool, my straight edge, and do that. And see, we've got all our little folders there all together, and it looks like a little accordion, a little squeeze panel. Now we're going to make our exterior. So we're going to need a piece that is 9.5 by 8. But actually it's going to need to be a little longer than that, because 9.5, 6, that's 15.5. I don't have 15.5 inch paper, so I'm going to make one that wraps from about here and goes around all the way up and comes over on the top about like this. So that's going to be 8 inches, 9.5, 9.5. Let's just do 12 by 8 piece of paper to wrap around it. I think this is what I want to use. Let me make sure. I'm just going through my paper here. Well, actually, let's use this. Or better yet. So I've got a 12 by 12 stack of a piece of paper here. I'm going to cut it 8 inches by 12 inches. Like that. I'm just going to kind of center this. Let's see. Where's my ruler? There it is. I'm going to measure. Why don't I score it? That'll be easier. Rather than mark it and then score it, I'll just score it. So I want it to lap over by 1 inch on the front. And then I need 1.5 inches for the bottom. And then I need 8 inches from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches. Whoops, that's not going to be enough. All right. Will it? No. That's all right. Yeah, we can work with that. We'll make it more narrow at the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches. Yep, that's what I'll do. This is going to be pieced together quite a bit. All right. All right, Mike. Thank you for being here, and go down to your neighbors, and I'll be over at Pete's show. I'll say hi to you when I see you. Thanks for dropping by. I really appreciate you being here. You know, takes a lot for a blind guy to watch an arts and crafts stream. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to put this on. I'm going to line this one up at the bottom and roll it right along that edge there. And then we're going to take this side, squeeze it in, and I'm matching this up on my bottom part. And there we go, just like that. There we go. Actually, no, that still wouldn't be enough, so we're still going to do it like this. We're going to leave a little room at the top there. And this is going to come around and meet right there. So I'm going to run a row of tape. Oh, that one's empty. We're going to run a couple strips of tape along this flap right here, because this is what's going to attach to our front. And actually this piece should have could have been anything, because you're not really going to see a lot of the pattern on this piece. I could have done cardstock. I could have done just about anything for this. Now you notice I'm not putting any tape here, because this is where it's going to sit on the files. The files, that's going to be the bottom of your file thing. So and yeah, this is the way I sew clothes and costumes too. I just eyeball it and put it together. And I may or may not do it the same way twice. So I'm going to hold this up and line it up on that line, that fold line right there. And just kind of fold it over and let the paper come up to it. This side got a little wonked. You can always fix it. If you make a mistake, you can always fix it. It's still a little wonked. Let's just try this again, shall we? There we go. Close enough for jazz. Now then. Okay, so here we go. We've got this at the bottom. And it's not exactly even, but that's okay. And you'll see why in a minute. I'll go ahead and take my scissors and trim this little extra off. Here we go. I find nail scissors. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. I'm almost done. The sound is wonky. I'm sorry. It's all right. I had Mike Wheeler, the sound engineer in here. He helped me get my mic volume up. So, because I saw that I saw Axe was streaming, so not a problem. All right, so let's check and make sure that's gonna fit in our binder. Let's move our file folders here. And that's going to fit right here against the rings. Oh, that is too wide. I made that too wide. Oh my gosh. All right, I made it too wide. I think I did. This piece is too wide. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. So let's do this. Let's see, it's starting to, it's not being nice now. We're going to undo our mistake. I'm not going to say I like making mistakes. I'll say I'm comfortable making mistakes. I saw, it's an article about why people feel like they aren't crafty or creative. And it showed a classroom, and then the teacher had drawn something on the board, and then she said, "Oh, I can't draw." And the kids, it affected the kids. All right, let's do this at 1 inch instead of 1.5 inches. There we go. There, now it's going to fit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece. We're going to cut a piece 6 inches by 8 inches of something pretty that I like. And we're going to put that here. And then we're going to, oh, it's already good news. This is going to be continued because I've run out of time and I don't want to go over my hour because there's so much going on. Let me get back up here so you can see my face. And we'll do our little housekeeping closing out. Thank you everyone who's been here today. Thank you everyone who's watching the replay. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. If you're watching the replay, type in the comments "Replay Squad." Let me know you were here. I always enjoy getting comments, the highlight of my day. I'm heading over to Pete McDevitt's channel to watch his little talk show he has on Sunday nights. I hope you are too. Please join me Wednesday at 9 a.m. West Coast, 12 noon East Coast. You're quite welcome, Michelle the Quilter. For music and chat with Pro Manhattan, I'll be finalizing my album that'll be going up, and oh my goodness, I got mint all over my face. Again, thank you to the Live Place for hosting this and over 120 family-friendly live streamers. Have a great holiday weekend if you're celebrating Labor Day, and I will see you guys on Wednesday or next Sunday evening. Take care. Bye-bye now.